and welcome to UC Today. My name is Kieran Devlin, and in today's session we are discussing the biggest trends impacting workplace AV and collaboration and how the evolution of AV technology as a strategic pillar of workplace design and employee empowerment. I am delighted to be joined by Brad Hintze, VP of Global Marketing at Crestron. Brad, thanks for joining us.
Hey, Kieran. Thanks for having me here. I'm always happy to join and talk about the future of work.
Before we explore exactly the biggest trends impacting workplace AV and collaboration, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself, Brad, and your Crestron journey?
Yeah, so I've actually been at Crestron for the last 5 years, joined and have just jumped right into the deep end, focused on the future of work. How do we combine all of these technologies, whether it be video conferencing and UC, AV over IP for content distribution and for control? How do you make a space super simple to use? And it's been a fun journey. So within my area of responsibility, it's really all about outbound marketing. How do we tell the story about what it is that we do? How do we position the products, explain the capabilities of these products, but also training? How do we make sure that our end customers and our channel know exactly how to design, specify, and support Crestron products as well?
Lovely. Well, you're nicely positioned for the holistic nature of today's discussion. And to start us off, Brad, what do you see as the biggest forces shaping workplace AV and collaboration investment in 2025?
Yeah, I think that there are a couple of things that are really shaping the forces, but really one that we spend a lot of time talking about is that there's a tremendous opportunity to meet the rising expectations of end customers and the way their technology works. We're in this really exciting moment where we don't need to convince business leaders or others that of the potential of this technology. They know the potential. They felt it the last several years, and so with that, comes these higher expectations. Meaning, how can we make it so easy that any meeting can include remote participants at the drop of a hat? It has to be scaled everywhere. Anyone should be able to walk into that space and be able to use it immediately. So I think that is a very interesting and exciting trend. It's a big opportunity for the AV industry to roll in and to meet those expectations as long as we're paying attention to that. I think the other one that is also very interesting is certainly the AI discussion. You can't have a podcast without saying AI. But for us, what we're focused on isn't this kind of moonshot kind of AI experience. What we're focused on is how do you deliver that Monday morning meeting room experience that is enhanced through AI. And, we need to bring practical benefits to these solutions today, and we're doing that today, and we will continue to iterate on that over time.
Terrific. But I think that's the key word, practical. I would also throw in tangible and outcome. Yep. These are the key words we're seeing with end users. They want the ROI in front of them rather than, as you mentioned, the moonshine, the moonbeams of AI. I guess almost like expanding on your answer. I'm very curious just to dig a little deeper into how organizations are starting to see AV as a strategic layer of workplace design rather than just a support function. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think that we have this opportunity, and we have been pulled into the strategic discussions with regard to how a business operates. And we, as we enable the technology in a meeting room, so many businesses today really rely on hybrid meeting and collaboration, whether it is with employees at a different location, whether it's employees that are remote all the time, or more importantly, it's their customers and also partners that they work with. And so this is becoming a strategic function within a business, and we can come in and ensure that that the experiences that we enable and become a part of that strategic way a business operates. I think that related to that is that within a business, the culture of collaboration is really critical for any business to pay attention to, right? That really comes down to employee retention, their effectiveness. Are they really, truly effective in their job? And we as an industry can deliver the technology that enables that. And so at the end of the day, we become strategic because we're enabling this trust and culture within an organization, so that then their employees can be effective at their job.
And I think that's an elegant segue into my next question, which is about the use of AV, or like transforming AV into something that is more scalable and accessible. And one of the phrases we tend to see now that AV and collaboration technology are really merging, harmonizing is maybe a better word, together in 2025, is the idea that excellent AV you shouldn't notice. It should just fade. It should be invisible. It should fade into the background because it's so seamless. It's so easy. What would you say that scalable and accessible AV looks like in practice?
Well, in practice, the reality is we all know that having an ecosystem of products that work well together is going to deliver a really excellent experience, and that's super important. There aren't that many places where you can find a fully integrated ecosystem where you bring all of these core technologies together. You see audio, video distribution, control, all from this kind of singular kind of an experience. But related to that, in order to really drive scale, you also need the variety and depth of products so that they can work in a variety of rooms. So practically speaking, it's fine to say, I'll have one bar or I'll have one kind of product across my enterprise. That would certainly be easier to manage, but we know that practically speaking, rooms are different. The acoustics of a room sizes, the expectations, glass walls, solid walls, all these other factors that really come into play. And so in order to deliver on this kind of an experience where the AV really melts into the background and you're able to scale, you need a singular integrated ecosystem with the variety of products to be able to deploy in all of those spaces, so that you get the benefit of that one place to manage and maintain and monitor all of your products, but you're still able to deliver a superior audio and video experience that is tuned for that particular space where it gets deployed.
I think that's very eloquently put, Brad. Just pinpointing the balance, the delicate balance that you really need to nail there as an IT leader and end user organization. And you mentioned AI, which 3 years in continues to be the defining buzzword of enterprise technology. But what I would also like to discuss is sister technology, automation, as well as smart spaces, which is sort of allied to AI as well. But I just think of these broader trends within AV and collaboration and their evolution in workplace strategy. Do you see that these trends are really advancing into something well beyond just mere convenience?
Yeah, I think that one of the things that we talk about a lot is that how do we make people more effective at their job? And we believe, and we continue to make investments around building the right kind of infrastructure for a space that enables the continued enhancement of the way it operates. And so, for instance, when you think about AV and UC as infrastructure for collaboration within any space, you really see that it becomes integral to the way a space is designed and the way that it operates. But you also think about it in a longer term view. And so then you're looking for things like, does it get enhanced with software? Does it enable other services to operate in a much better way? So for instance, for our part, as it relates to AI, in improving the experience today, with our Automate VX and One Beyond multi-camera solution, we're leveraging AI to make that video experience better. Automatically framing the active speaker, right? Group framing, presenter tracking, all of those technologies, or all of those features that really improve the experience. But we've enhanced that experience just recently by adding in new capabilities that we call face direction. And so you can easily and automatically switch between cameras that gives the best view of the full speaker's face without needing to program that. And so that's an enhancement that we have rolled out to this multi-camera infrastructure. That's one side of it. The other side of it, when you think about the AV as infrastructure for the room, is high quality AV enables AI experiences. Things like with Copilot for Teams and Zoom AI, right? How can we leverage this high quality AV equipment to better inform those AI services? We're doing that today, right? You get better transcripts and summaries because you have a better AV or a better audio kind of an experience. So for us, when you think about it as infrastructure and you install it and choose the right products that have this kind of growth trajectory, they integrate with the best AI services, you will then deliver the best kind of experience for those in the room.
And lastly, Brad, before I let you go, let's talk about one of Crestron's most recent major updates, the One Beyond 2.0 firmware update. What would you say are the biggest changes and how does it elevate intelligent video in meeting rooms?
So one of the biggest enhancements certainly is the one I just mentioned around face direction. And this seems so when you see it in practice, you're like, wow, that is a really obvious kind of an experience. And it is the kind of an experience you expect from a broadcast. Why not put that into a meeting space? Yeah, it is a new enhancement, and it's an important part of bringing this kind of a really intelligent video experience to any meeting room. You need the cameras around the room at the right angle, but then you need that intelligence to switch between the view so that those that are on the remote end can actually see the full view of the active speaker's face, right? You want those facial gestures. You want to see and understand the conversation as it's happening. And this brings that really best-in-class kind of an experience to any space.
Fantastic. Well, unfortunately, that's all we've got time for today, but very much fortunately, it's been a terrific session. So thank you so much, Brad, for being here.
Well, thank you, Kieran.
And if you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share on social media, and we'll see you next time. I've been Kieran Devlin News today. Thanks for watching.